Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the lunch. My name is Yamak. I'm pleased to be here. I'm in Saudi since more than 24 years. My passion is on smart cities and smart development. So I've been blessed to work for global companies like Microsoft, Cisco, Orange, and lately Honeywell, and then PwC. Recently, I've been in the advisory field because they told me I like to talk a lot, and that's why I went to advisory basically. I come from engineering background, so I enjoy a lot technical talks. And just 3 months ago, I was in a different, maybe perhaps the same topic but different venue. So I enjoy such talks, and I hope today's panel will be exciting and beneficial. We'll open the questions later on the floor, but first let me introduce you our colleagues, please.
Hello everyone, I am Yehia Elshayeb. I've been working for the IT industry since about 22 years. Here in Saudi Arabia, I'm working for only 3 months. In the past 22 years, most of these experience, I was working in the field of real estate industry. For about 18 years of the 22 years, I've been working for multiple real estate companies working in Egypt. I used to head the part of the smart cities and the digital transformation in these companies, and I hope I might add to the experience too. Thank you.
Thank you. So he's new to the country. I'll try to give him the easy questions and leave Hassan the difficult ones. Sure. So let's start. Basically, as we all know, the overall hospitality landscape is growing globally, and it's affected by multiple pillars: the dynamics of consumer behavior, the technological advancements, and the personalization, and obviously the adoption of AI and ML. These are a lot of factors affecting the tourism. Now, Saudi Arabia has been at the forefront of developing the tourism projects and being able to be the beacon of such development globally. There was a study done by Statista lately. They said that in 2024, the expected revenue just in tourism is around $3.95 billion and expected to grow for till 2029 to 4.69 billion 2029. This shows you the growth potential in this market towards 2029. There was also a recent cabinet meeting by the Maqam al-Sami, by the Crown Prince, and they've sometimes beginning of this year, they said they've issued 28 different regulations, few of them focusing on basically how Saudi can have a global role in the tourism and how it become one of the landmark of tourism. How do you see the role of leadership in terms of the ability to, let's say, balance between the adopting the digital transformation and being able to keep up the trends, all the while maintaining the flavor of the legacy system and legacy tourism? How do you advise the tourism in that area, the leadership, to handle this angle? As a new beginner in this country, do you share the same opinion of Hassan? How do you see it from your own angle?
I see it from my opinion in regards to the leadership vision for the sustainability and the growth of the tourism industry in Saudi Arabia. I believe that it's all about a decision. It's a vision and a strategy. We have to have a clear vision and a clear direction in order to maintain the hospitality sector increasement in the Saudi market. Some of the decisions might contain some sort of new applications to be developed, new technologies to be absorbed, the training for the existing team, and also bring the experts to give the training to the existing team in order to maintain the growth of the hospitality sector as well in the Saudi Arabia market. In addition to this, I believe that some sort of phasing of the implementation of the growth of such a system and platform to add to the market as well.
Thank you. Let me pick up on that last message. He mentioned two important keywords: the platforms, the training, and the phasing of the implementation. Those are important keywords. I'm gonna jump on those keywords and ask you another questions. How do you manage the transition from those legacy systems towards having platforms which are not only resilient but also future-proof. In other words, that the development technology is happening so fast, and you want to make sure that by the time you train those employees, they are still the system still should cater for what's required in the market. So how do you maintain resiliency and future-proof for such platforms?
We have to bring the best expert, the best practice in the markets from the international standards and from other countries as well. And we apply the same towards the market in Saudi Arabia, as we all know that there are some regulations and some restrictions in place. We might go for some sort of a lean thinking methodology or something that helps the increasement of such area of development, bring the tech surveys to the Saudi Arabia market in order to find out what is the best and what are the coming technology enhancement as well to find to help the market in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you. Let's stay on that topic. There's a lot of tourism related development on AI and ML. I've seen some development lately in the areas of digital assistant, personalized, let's say assistant, maybe even journey experience, all mapped using AI and ML. So how do you propose that Saudi tourism developments handle or leverage and harness the beauty of AI and ML into creating a really hyper-personalized experience for tourists?
Let me start by a statement that I usually say when I get into something related to the AI and ML in the field of the IT and digital transformation as well. It's all about data. Data processing and data collection is the heart of the ML and the AI. Let me tell you an experience I have faced before in one of the companies I worked with. We were using the AI and ML to grab the employee satisfaction and employee loyalty. Our building was talking to the employee. How? One of the experiences, when the employee attend to the office and he punch his attendance card or his fingerprint or whatever method of attendance, the elevator comes to the floor he is in and record the floor he is allocated to as well. And when he entered the floor he is allocated in, some of the actions being played to him in his special occasions like birthday or marriage day or son's birthday, the building is greeting him, which makes some sort of loyalty, appreciation, and he feels that he is touched and the building and the system in the building already knows him as well. So I believe that the data collection and the data processing methodologies might vary many times, and if we go for a larger scale to the city or tourism, I believe that it might be a very helpful tool as the personalized communication enrich the engagement.
Thank you. I'm sure you all heard what my colleague just mentioned, and you're all saying, wow, I'd like to have it because it seems exciting. And I'd like a building that lives and breathes and thinks and reasons with me, and being able to greet me and display some nice messages. That's all very wonderful and probably joyous. But this brings a second angle or a permanent angle, which is the ethical let's say position of handling such data, such personalized data. I'd like to change the discussion a bit and go to a different one. The topic of global warming and sustainability. Again, this is something which addresses a lot of technology, a lot of revolution, and nonetheless, tourism is one of them. Now, we all know that under this topic, Saudi Arabia, in its vision for 2030, the attempt to have a footprint in every development, it's an important one, but should also be in sustainability angle as well. So my question back to Yehia, how do you, given this technology advancement, this is all these nice stories that you mentioned, but you need to maintain a foot from a global warming standpoint. What's your key message for tourism sector to do when it comes to sustainability, sustainable solution, reducing greenhouse emissions, etc.?
Let me start by promoting for the new technology enhancements in this field. One of them is a green building that is supporting green electricity and reduce the emission of the fuels and etc., which is affecting the global warming. One of them, the EV vehicles. We have to promote this factor or this business in Saudi Arabia. I've been here for 3 months now, and I didn't see till now, maybe once or twice, I've seen the EV charging stations. I didn't discover such a technology. The green building which I was talking about, it might be a good option for the buildings, and it might add also as well to the star rating of the hotels and the building as well. Some sort of water conversion solutions in order to maintain the resources and the outcome of the land of the Saudi Arabia. Might be the waste reduction and the waste management solutions, and the recycling as well might help in such topic.
Thank you. Sounds excellent. Thank you so much. So we have a lot of challenges here. Obviously, maintaining all these global sustainable solution while being able to have an iconic tourism. So there was a recent article which I've read from a consulting company. We all know with KPMG. The article speaks about the importance of having awareness when it comes to cyber attacks and cybersecurity. It so often happens that people don't know what are the best practices when it comes to using the systems, and there's a lot of instances when having breaches happening to your network and systems. Maybe Mr. Hassan can also confirm. There was also an interesting incident where there was a attack on the BMS of one of the hotels, and in that attack, basically it locked down all the doors of the residents. So whoever was in the room, they were stuck, and whoever outside, they couldn't come in, just because the attacker could manage to control the BMS and basically control the hotels. So awareness is key. How do you basically motivate people that you need to always understand the risks associated with the risks of attacks, so that you'll not be the next list on the list of attacks? How do you see about this point?
It brings us back to the first question you asked before. You asked about how can the leadership opinion help in Saudi Arabia touristic or hospitality market. It's all about training. As Mr. Hassan was saying, people must have their plans and must have plan A and plan B and plan C as well. If the people that are working in the hospitality sector or the hospitality property as well is well trained, they will have the right and they will have the power how to handle such cases which you were mentioning. Recently, I think 2-3 weeks ago, we were all watching the news about the very big security issue that happened between CrowdStrike and Microsoft. And both of them were telling us it's not an attack, and we don't know until now it was an attack or no. Both of them were talking about how to mitigate the risk for the organizations that affected most of the airports in Europe and USA as well, and some of Saudi Arabia companies. The updates and the security awareness, I think that will help the entities and the market to grow up. I was in this day I was in Egypt as well, and when I wake up and I found the situation, I'm talking about my personal experience. First thing I did, I called the tech team in office. How are you doing all? Did you see the news? They told me yes, and we are interacting now with the issue. And to let you know, thanks God, services are running well, and we are not affected.
This is what is happening when you
this is due to the plan.
totally depend on the technology. Sometimes it's you got stuck in a place which you cannot go back because everything is dependent.
You're totally right.
So this incident was an interesting one because it blew all over the world, and we're not here advocating for or against Microsoft and CrowdStrike.
I'm not talking against anyone.
We're not advocating.
They
for or
both.
against.
I have
It's just
been.
a story.
I have been using CrowdStrike and Microsoft as well, by the way. I am
But,
still.
Understood. But I mean, it was a funny story going all over the world. And so what you mentioned, both of you, is an excellent approach for a reactive readiness plan, which is wonderful. But there's one step more, if I can ask a follow-up question, how to be proactive in the sense of having some sort of, I mean, some vendors provide the solutions, real-time monitoring of incidents.
And the team as well.
Real-time monitoring, sorry?
The team as well.
Yeah.
The team is the most important part, by the way.
Understood. So do you advocate that this should be part of tourism, having some sort of real-time monitoring of incident, of traffic, of attacks, of hacks? Yeah. So do you envision that it could be some sort of proactive system to continuously monitor the tracking of the traffic on the website, making sure that it's secure, and when there's an attack, it can be spotted, so that we don't work reactively, we're proactively doing it?
Yes, this brings us back to the statement of Mr. Hassan, when he was talking about the regular update, the regular penetration testing, the regular checking for the code as well for the published applications, in order to maintain such. You cannot maintain 100%, and to be sure, but you might go for 99 or 98% in this field. If you do what is important and what is required, then I think that such an action or such penetration or such hack might not affect you in such a case.
Thank you. So as we know by now, it's not just the training, which is absolutely important, but one more step, which is basically the preventative measurement, just like Mr. Hassan, the updates, making sure all systems are up and running and updated by the latest security patches. That's quite important. One last topic I want to venture in is, and we cannot go on a tech turbulence panel without discussing it, which is the subject of the Internet 3.0, which is basically the metaverse, the AR and VR. Now, for those of you who don't know, there's been a lot of activity on the government side, especially in Saudi Tourism Authority and a lot of different touristic commissions. They're trying to advocate how to venture into the metaverse and create some virtual reality related let's say environment for different Saudi territories. So this is something which is happening already. It's been this for over the past 3 to 4 years, and by the way, this triggers the point that having a pre-arrival experiences for those travelers. Some of them, not all of them, would like to, maybe they don't want to have let's say decided to come. They can start interacting with the Saudi tourism by seeing those metaverse-related environments. And so staying on the Internet 3.0, the whole approach of that technology is to work, play, and live and own assets. So going away from the public sector to the private sector, to hotels, how do you see the potential usefulness of such technologies, which is the metaverse, into hotels?
In continuation to what was Hassan saying now, I believe that such a new systems implementation might help in such increasement of the loyalty and the need in order to increase the hospitality sector in Saudi Arabia. As an example, we might go for the virtual reality and the machine learning. In such a reservation process, after I issue the visa from the website, I might go for the hotel website, which I'm going to reserve in. Instead of seeing only pictures, I might go for a VR, enter the room, and I check the content of the room using VR camera or whatever solution. I think it might help more in discovering what I'm coming to and what I'm coming
to live the experience.
Yes, to live the experience.
Wonderful. So today we spoke about interesting topics. We spoke about loyalty, and we have an advocate for the data as the new oil, as Mr. Hassan was mentioning. So we spoke about the data. We spoke about the resiliency. We spoke about other topics such as security attacks, and we addressed the client experience. The final, as one last question I'll start with Mr. Yehia. based on all those interesting topics, what's your final key message for the audience and for the tourism sector in this perspective?
I believe that the final message from my point of view is to go towards the training and the tech innovation. This will be the main factor of increasing the hospitality sector in Saudi Arabia towards the 2030 vision in Tech Saudi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yehia. Thank you, Mr. Hassan,
Thank
for the
you.
session. Thank you all.